Okay, Rosie, what are you preparing?
I'm going to prepare, we're going to prepare a green roti. I'm going to get used to doing the difficult bits at the end, and I'm just going to pile everything in here now. It's made from vegetables,
So talk us through the ingredients, what we got.
well, I'll talk you through them, stick them in. Courgette.
Okay. So we're back with your Vitamix, we've got some courgettes going in.
Yeah, coarsely chopped courgettes.
Yeah.
That we prepared earlier.
Okay. Is that all the preparation?
Yeah.
Is everything going in, Rosie?
Yeah.
Coarsely chopped green pepper.
Yeah.
Caspian pepper.
Okay. Does it have to be green or is it better
For the
one?
green roti.
It's only to maintain the colour.
Yeah.
Actually, red is probably better.
Okay.
I'm not sure that it would change the colour that much, but just
because it's a green roti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sticking with the green
Onion.
thing.
Yeah.
Some onion.
Some raw onion in there.
Yeah. This is actually an adaptation from a Mimi Kirk recipe, and she used parsley in it, but to keep the Caribbean theme going, we've substituted some coriander.
Put coriander in instead of parsley. And we've got some basil and coriander
Yeah.
and spinach.
Yeah. That's onion, spinach, and that's the herbs.
Yeah.
Basil and coriander.
Basil and coriander as herbs.
Okay, and it just all goes in. Yeah.
And what about
And
the dry
actually, no, we're not putting the flaxseed in yet. We're going to blend it up. We're going to have a look and see what the consistency is like, and then decide if we're going to add water. And then after that, we'll add the flaxseed. And Mel confessed to me that she has a Vitamix and she's never used it. So
Have you never used it? You
My
paid all that money
Vitamix,
for a
I paid
Vitamix?
all that money for a Vitamix.
Wow.
I've never used
You
it.
can give it to me as a gift if you want.
So this is why.
I'll be your bestest friend.
I'm sure you will.
well, do you know what? You're going to have first here because you're going to use it.
Okay.
Oh, a first on camera for
Yeah.
KLTV. Mel using a Vitamix.
Okay, have you got a plunger for the top?
I have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the plunger is really useful when you're trying to mash things up. So put this on and then stick the plunger in. And basically, it's powder on you. Basically, stick it up to high. Really loud. Stick it up to high, on high, and then just plunge it until you go.
Okay.
Like,
Are you
I'm
ready
gonna
for
have a go.
this?
I'm ready.
A first.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Okay, so hi.
This is why it's known as the Ferrari of the blenders, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's
Whoa.
so
Really
powerful.
Yeah, it's really
That's why they're
powerful.
so expensive.
What about if people wanting to do this at home and they don't have a Vitamix? Is this the kind of thing you can do in an ordinary blender?
You can use an ordinary
Smaller
blender, but
quantities.
it will smaller quantities. It might take
Tip
a bit
longer.
Right,
Yeah.
okay,
And
fair
then
enough.
you might need to add a bit more water in smaller
Yeah,
quantities.
So you mentioned the consistency.
Yeah, well, let's have a look. We want to kind of like have it runny, but not, it's pourable, but kind of still quite thick. And that's not bad, but we'll still need to add the flax.
Okay.
We won't add any water at this stage. So,
You want me to open this?
this is a thickener. This is going to kind of hold it all together. And we've already ground some linseed actually earlier in this Vitamix. It's something else you can do. You can grind seeds.
So just flaxseed grinded.
Another
ground,
thing you
sorry.
can use is a coffee grinder.
What,
Right.
yeah, that's I would never
Yeah.
have thought of doing something like that, to be honest. So it just shows you ordinary household items that people might have. You can use as a substitute.
We also put a chopped avocado in as well.
So just add the avocado,
Right.
get that mixed in. And then the linseed.
Linseed or flaxseed, same thing.
Same like.
Yeah, if you're looking at American sort of recipe books,
Yeah.
they all say flaxseed.
So we might call it linseed here. I think they actually feed linseed to horses and stuff. That's what makes their hair on the horse so shiny. It's good for hair and
To
things
be
like that.
absolutely honest with you, I buy my linseed from a pet shop because you feed it to birds
Yeah.
and It's so much cheaper, and you pay in the supermarket £1 for a little bag like that, whereas kind of like but enormous quantities you can get it. Yeah, for nothing.
Just shows
My hands.
See little tips of the trade.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Again, that
so nice.
smell, that aroma is really nice. Really.
And another tip, if you are using a Vitamix, don't whip it off until the motor stops, because you can rent these and they are expensive blenders.
Right.
Right, so this is now need water added to it. So
It's a bit too thick.
yeah, it's too thick.
It's not runny. It's not pouring consistency.
Okay. Yep. So how much water will you be looking to add?
Just
I don't know, I'll just see how it goes. That's probably enough for now, and then I'll check.
how's that? Wow. Is that a bit better?
Yeah, that's probably right, actually.
Oh, let's have a look at that. Look at that.
So it's kind of
Right, yeah, I
moving.
can see the difference in the
Yeah.
consistency. Yeah,
That's how it was
yeah,
before.
yeah.
Okay, we need to actually leave that to stand for a few minutes, so a good thing to do, well, get out one that we made earlier. So, kind of, we'll show you how you're going to spread it out. I'm going to get somebody else to spread it out. But, yeah, once it's spread out and on these Teflex sheets, you put it in a dehydrator. And these ones have actually already
Dehydrated
been done.
overnight.
Yeah, so we'll spread it in a circle, like a roti. And then you just kind of peel it off. You will have to flip it halfway through, so you put it on at about 100, and then after 5 hours you'll flip it, and then that's done. My dehydrator's got a timer on it, so I can actually set it for 5 hours and come coming out, and then when I come back, flip it, and then do another 5 hours.
So, can I ask, what's the beauty about a dehydrator? How's it different to conventional equipment that you find in the kitchen?
It's just not cooking at the temperature that we talked about before. So you could use your oven, but you'd need to make sure it's right on the lowest setting. I think Louise said in our terms it's less than 50, is it?
Less than 48 degrees Celsius,
Yeah.
118 Fahrenheit. And what it is, when you're dehydrating, what you're doing, you're taking the moisture out, you're drying it out, but it's gentle heat. It's not as intense as cooking, so that it leaves the digestive enzymes and your nutrients intact. So it's still a living food, a nutritious food.
Excellent. So, yeah, you just basically peel it off. To be absolutely honest with you, this one is on the verge of being over dehydrated. When it goes crispy, it's over dehydrated. It should be, pretty
Quite
flexible,
Yeah.
so that you can put your stuff in
Fill
the
it in
middle.
and roll it without it cracking and breaking.
Okay.
So we'll just take these ones out.
So remember, these are the ones that have been dehydrated overnight, because obviously for the purpose of filming we had to do some, because we can't wait around for 10 hours
Yeah, of course.
to dehydrate.
Where you mentioned about the what did you say, Teflon?
Teflex sheets.
sheet. Where did you get your Teflex sheets?
I bought it with the dehydrator. Somebody has told me that they use them in a different industrial process, but I don't know how to access them, so I'll just bought them with that.
Okay.
Okay, so it's quite gelatinous now. So
Okay, so what do I need to do then? Just
stick a blob in the middle. Yeah, that's probably going to be enough. That's going to be quite a big one.
okay.
So you just want to spread it really thinly. Yeah, in the shape that you want. I mean, obviously it can be any shape, and you can have as many as you want. To be honest, I tend to find it's easier to do big ones.
I'm quite surprised at the consistency. But it's quite easy to spread.
Yeah,
I'm not really making a very good job here.
it's all right.
It
Just one
shades lovely.
Yeah.
It really does.
I think the coriander as well, I think it's a good substitution, the coriander instead of the parsley, personally.
Yeah. So it takes a wee bit of practice to get it in a kind of a nice round. That's not bad.
I'm not doing too
And does
bad.
it have to be quite thin? Does it have to be a really
Yeah, it has
thin?
to be
really thin?
Really
Yeah.
thin, so we'll get
Yeah.
these bits.
Really, really thin, like wafer thin, like doing crepes, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like doing crepes or crepes. If you're from Yorkshire, crepes, pancakes.
I'm a bit of a perfectionist, as you can probably see.
Yeah.
You have this done by now.
I've practiced a few times, so I kind of, you get into the swing of knowing how much you need to create a little round sort of thing.
And if you felt you'd put too much on, Rosie, could you scoop a bit
Oh
off?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Wow, green roti.
Okay. So that's
How
it
does that look?
basically. Yeah, and then
Is that-
Yeah, that looks good.
Yep.
give me a big one.
Yeah. We're hungry.
Yeah, you just stick it in.
But take your dehydrated.
Yeah.
Okay, so there it goes in there.
Yeah. Put it on, time it on, and
For 5 hours, and then flip
if you go.
for another 5 hours. And then when you come back, hopefully,
This.
That's it.
that's
yeah.
green roti.
So what we could do is we could just go ahead and prepare some up now. So I'll get you to do that.
So do we need more plates?
Yeah, we'll get another plate and take one of those. Take one of those, and I'll go and get the. Oh, there's the cabbage there. So take one of your roti,
Okay, so I'm taking one of the roti now.
and then you're sticking your cabbage salad down the middle.
How much do we need? Just a.
Well, you're going to wrap it, so not that much. Yeah, that's probably
Is that enough?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then just wrap it.
And then roll it.
And the other thing you can do is if you wanted to add extra sprouts, you can stick some sprouts in before you wrap. But
And those are alfalfa that we bought from Sainsbury's.
that's it. That's your
So that's
roti
your
wrap.
green roti with your
cabbage.
Caribbean cabbage filling. Wow.
That looks and smells
Okay, that's it.
Okay, Rosie and
Mhm.
Louise, just to recap then, talk
Yeah.
us through what you did.
Okay, well this is our cabbage and sprout Caribbean salad.
Okay.
And this is our green dehydrated roti.
All we did, bob the filling in the middle, wrapped it up.
Wrapped it up. Yeah.
Bob's your uncle, we're ready.
We're
And
ready.
these, actually, the other thing I should say is if you put these rotis in a plastic bag, like a Ziploc bag,
Yeah.
they'll keep for about 3 or 4 days.
Because they're dehydrated, so they'll be fine to keep. So you can make them in advance.
I'm ready to try it.
Me too. Oh, I'm so hungry. So there you are.
And you can, I mean, if you took these rotis straight out of the dehydrator, you obviously could eat them warm, so it will be a warm roti.
After you. Or after 3.
1, 2, 3.
Mmm!
Oh, that is really, really. Oh,
It's really got a kick, hasn't it?
Oh, that is gorgeous. Will I not?
Yeah, that's what he's like.
Oh, it's really nice.
That's good.
Oh, it's
Delicious.
amazing.
I love that dressing, the seasonings.
Yeah, it works quite well, doesn't it? Yeah.
And the lentils are quite grainy, chewy, give it texture. Instead of, because traditionally in roti you would have meat.
Yeah.
So, the green lentil, the sprouted lentil works well as your protein source. Rather than meat, it's delicious.
It really is delicious.
Bravo, Rosie.
You have to try this.